last week I technically started the vlog with a getting ready portion, but I figured today I'd kind of show my summer makeup routine of starting off with sunscreen. Of course, still La Roche-Posay Ultra Fluid Sunscreen. I've still really been loving using this. I'm still on one bottle, but I think I'm gonna be needing to replace this before the summer is over. Then time to conceal. I think like the thing that I conceal the most is under my eyes. That's where I feel like I really need a little help to brighten that area. Be honest with me, how often do you clean your beauty blender? I'm not admittedly gonna say anything. I don't do it enough, and that's as much details as I'm getting into right now. This is definitely a season of my life where I'm using more liquid products than ever before. I have the liquid blush from Rare Beauty. I really like the color Hope for the spring summer season, and I have this bronzing stick that kind of looks a little gross and dirty, but it is from Marriott in the color Cyan. I definitely every day do this. Some days I skip out on this. I usually will reserve this for a day where maybe I know I'm going to be on camera more, or I just want some extra color, because as you'll see I do have another bronzer I also use. I just do a little bit there, the forehead, and you know what, I'll just do my blush too at the same time and attack my face with the beauty blender. I look crazy. I have oily skin, so the talc-free version of the Laura Mercier powder is great, but my skin definitely needs like a little bit of a touch-up at some point during the day. So when there is an event that I want to make sure my face is locked in for, I do use the original powder. So I have like a mini version on hand at all times. But this one, for some reason, I find super messy. Do a dip with my Real Techniques. You can even see it, little dust particles everywhere. And then to get the really summer glowy look, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but it is, I think I mentioned it last week, it's a bit too dark for me, but it kind of is working out for this season because it just looks like I got an extra little bit of sun. It does change the way I apply this though, because it means that when I hit my forehead, I try and bring more of the color down to my forehead and even on my nose a little bit, because if I was naturally getting sun, that's where those places would get sun first. I try and be just light-handed with it, down to the neck, and then nose, forehead. You probably can't tell a difference. And for eyeshadow, another thing I like to do during the summer is just use the bronzer as eyeshadow. Very glowy. And of course, final step is a little mascara. I'm trying a new one, a sample size. I'm trying to work through sample sizes. I don't know about you, but I have so many little versions of mini products that I'm always like, oh great, I can try it out. And then they just sit in my drawer and I don't end up trying them out. So we're trying. I'm just gonna finish it off. Usually with a neutral lip, I've been gravitating a lot to my Summer Fridays lip butter, but I'm gonna use the Merit lip oil in the shade Au Naturel. It really matches my lip color, but it gives a little gloss. And when it fades, I don't need to keep touching it up, which is my big thing when it comes to lip products if I'm wearing them every day. I think I might add a few more curls to my hair. It's looking a little meh. I'd be fine if it looked like this at the end of the day, but I feel like I need to start the day with a little bounce. And then I guess I'll lock it in with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray I talked about last week. But I also am gonna add some sunscreen to my body. This is the one that I've been using, the Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Weightless formula, because it almost feels like you're putting on lotion. This outfit does make me feel a little bit like an explorer. So watch out, Dora. Every time I film, I have to turn off my AC and I start overheating. So we're gonna try and get through this clip semi-quickly. Not to be on trend with the kiddos language these days, but talking about my beauty blending, cleaning, or lack thereof, gave me a real big ick.
Be honest with me, how often do you clean your beauty blender? I don't do it enough.
I'm now inspired to clean all of my makeup brushes. I haven't done this in moving on. I also have some new brushes that I want to clean. I'm gonna clean all these with some Dr. Bronner's soap. I use this Castile soap for everything. Body wash, shaving, makeup brush cleaning. And yes, I am doing this cleaning in my kitchen because I've got zero counter space in my bathroom. I've got some warm water here. I'm gonna add Castile soap, and I think I'm just gonna try letting some of these sit. It's like I'm making a bouquet, but the bouquet is bacteria. Soup. I'm making bacteria soup. Isn't that nice? I'll take these to the sink and give them a proper clean in a few minutes, but this is good. This is a good idea. Consider this your sign if you haven't done so in a bit. No judgment here, but let's maybe tackle that this week. I think we'll both feel good if we do that. because last week Indigo was having their buy 3 get the 4th free book sale, which I usually always take advantage of because that sale comes along very seldomly and it is a really good deal. I've talked about before how book prices here in Canada can be a little crazy, especially for physical books. So that's a way to kind of score on some books that you've been eyeing. But I am on a strict no physical book buying ban. I'm still buying stuff for my e-reader, but I just have too many books physically in this space that I really cannot justify bringing 4 fresh new ones in. So although I didn't buy any books, I still went there with the intention of browsing and I ended up buying non-books. So I still spent money, but I didn't spend money on the thing that I said I wouldn't spend money on. So I still count this as a W. This thing brings me so much joy. I've talked about it so many times. In the winter, I equated it to my little snowball, my cozy snowball. It's a comforting shape, a sphere. Can't deny that. No sharp edges. I noticed that they've been coming out with new colors. I've resisted up until this point, but come on. Come on. They had it in olive green. I was with one of my best friends and she ended up picking up one too because this is just too good. I know what you're thinking. Caitlin, 2 sphere pillows on the couch seems like a little excessive. Well, I would agree with you. This one's going, I think I'm gonna put it in the bedroom. I guess either one can go in the bedroom, but there's a pillow in particular that I think I wanna finally take out of rotation on my bed, and I think sphere vibes will work well there. There's something about the green version of this that kind of looks like a fake plant. Like I feel like if I put this on a big pot, it would look like a shrub. All that to say, a new sphere is in the house. Also randomly picked up this thing. This was on sale originally for $24.50 and I got it for $12. Comes in this nice little canvas pouch here. It is a little tiny indoor garden tool set. Look at that. We got a little rake, we got a little shovel, we got a pick thing. I have indoor plants and sometimes you just need something to dig in there, and I occasionally will use the odd tablespoon, but now I don't have to. Now I've got a little tiny shovel and a little rake. Little tools. How cute is this? The only acceptable answer is, oh my gosh, Caitlin, adorable. So worth $12. Okay, where are my scissors? The key here is not to cut the pillow. I hate these tags though. These are the worst. We've lost some Sherpa. Ready to rumba. So this is the pillow I want to remove from my bedroom. Tell me what you think here. That's the white option or the green option. You know what? I think the white one's gonna stay in here and this one's gonna go in the living room. Okay, see, I think this works so nicely. Little pop of green, bringing in the green from this side of the room. Wowza, what a find. And then we've got the nice snowball moment in the bedroom. Big fan, big fan. We're sphering it up over here. And then look at that, I added the garden set to a clear mini jar. And it kind of pulls in the pinks from the book. How springy. I think that's adorable. Job well done, Caitlin. Pat on the back. I just think that works so well. I'm really happy with these purchases. It's now time for dinner. I'm chilling with Mickey and I'm gonna try the broccoli recipe that I think I mentioned in my last video online, like a tutorial on how to use frozen broccoli, how to prep it really nicely with Parmesan cheese. So I've got Parmigiano Reggiano right here. First have it in the oven so that some of the moisture can evaporate from it. I'm gonna move my broccoli to one side so that I can put on the other side one of these black bean burger patties. A little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna toss a little bit of nutritional yeast. It doesn't say that, but just a sprinkle. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. I'm gonna do a little bit of tossing. I wanna grate some Parmesan cheese. Oh, you can smell it. I'm gonna be pretty generous with this. I'm gonna add one of my patties. And this will go in for 10 minutes at around 360. Flip this over and do another 10 minutes for the burger. So impressed with this dish. It looks, at least visually, very impressive. The burger, of course, but this broccoli, let's give it a try. I really do love that. I arguably think I could have put it in for longer. It called for a higher temperature than what I used because I was doing the burger too. I haven't used broccoli in my cooking in a while. I used to use it all the time in university for pasta dishes, but I would steam it, and this is just a little bit nicer, and I can imagine it'd be even better if I let it stay in the oven longer. I'm happy to report though, I did read like a cute little summer hockey romance if you're interested in that. It's called Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. I definitely feel like this cover is giving icebreaker kind of vibes to it, and now I need to figure out what next I'm gonna read. I will admit though, I got some early arcs that I'm excited for. One is, speaking of icebreaker, Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is her second book that she's coming out with. It's not about the same characters, but it's in the same world as Icebreaker. Very excited that I got an e-arc of that because that only comes out, I think, in the fall. I also got an e-arc of Elena Armaz's next book, which is called The Long Game. Again, another fall release. So I'm excited about both those, and I want to read them because I've got early access to them. But I'm also like, if I read them now, then I'm going to be waiting even longer for the next one. Last week's video I thought was kind of like meh. Actually, a video where I got like some really sweet comments about how much you guys like watching what I put out. And one person in particular said, I think I'm making it the comment of the week, that watching my videos feels like being on FaceTime with a friend, and I find like that to be one of the highest compliments because I definitely try to make the videos feel like you're in here in a non-invasive way, that you're like getting a peek at what it's really like to be in this room or in this apartment with me. So it's really special like to hear comments like that. I am planning on taking 2 weeks off this summer, and I'm gonna make it so that there's as minimal disruption in terms of content for you on your end. So hopefully you won't notice I'm gone, or if I'm gone it'll only be like a week, but I really just want to take that time to allow myself to kind of reset and head into the second half of the year. What I'm always kind of determined to do, make better content, but there's some things like I want to make sure I'm exploring here on YouTube. One of which is the fact that I haven't really been doing a lot of planner content, and I know like I stopped bullet journaling and I haven't really been using bullet journaling a ton right now in my life, but I still really like planning and finding planning systems, and I just feel like I haven't touched on that topic in a bit. I want to touch on finances too, and just some general like navigating your 20s stuff. All that's to say is that there's a lot that I want to talk about, but I feel like sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day of what I need to get done for the week, and that overview planning sometimes gets missed. So hopefully just even having 2 weeks to, the intention is not to focus on work so that I can just free up some space in my brain to think about what directions I want to go on all these platforms, I think would be really important. So if there are things that you want to see, things that you think are working here on the channel, and things that you maybe are not liking so much, let me know. I know I've been doing a lot of vlogs, and there's a lot of you that love the vlogs. I'd like there to be a little bit more balanced in the content personally. I never want to feel like I'm wasting your time. That's always a big concern of mine. Just something that like I think has been heavier on my brain the past couple weeks, and why I really feel like that is the warning signal that, hey, I just need to take a step back. But yeah, that's at the end of the month, so we still got some time before that happens, but I'll keep you guys probably most up to date on Instagram with what's going on there, and I will probably be sharing what I'm doing during those 2 weeks on the gram as well, and TikTok. I'm still gonna be posting things. You won't not hear from me for 2 weeks, but on my side of things there'll be a little bit of a break. But to get to that break, I have to prep for it, so it's just a whole thing. We're in busy season mode, but it's good problems to have. I need to take off this makeup though because I feel oily. I've sweat through my makeup, and I don't know, watch something that is gonna fry my brain. I just wanna fry my brain with some reality TV.
Yeah. What's the worst case scenario? Plan out in your head how it's all gonna go. So you think you got it covered, but there's always something new that you discover you've not thought about. You can never figure out every possible outcome, and you're so scared you'll get it wrong. Have a good time but a worry after. Petrified what they think I'm awkward. When your brain's wired for disaster, even good things leave a bitter taste. Try to calm down, thoughts spinning fast.